Tyler Bass about ready to get us going.
And we are underway in Foxborough.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line.
So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And he's a young man who's always believed in his talents. Didn't have many offers out of high school, ended up at Houston Baptist and put up monster numbers. Decided to take the next step and go to Western Kentucky, and he did it again. Set NCAA records for passing touchdowns and passing yards in a single season. Now the big jump to the NFL, this guy's like a very skilled point guard, knows how to deal and put the ball in the proper place with every throw.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go.
Zappe to throw on first down.
Hunter Henry brings it in. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Play fake, and now here's Zappe. He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and they're going to get this up to midfield.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That seemed to be linebacking 101 on how to diagnose and stop a run.
And what we're doing nowadays is we're taking those former safeties, those bigger guys, and making them linebackers to utilize their speed. He just made an absolute beeline after he diagnosed that play and ended up making a nice tackle on it.
On 2nd and 12, Zappe. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Zappe on third down.
He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. This is taken at the 15. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the 7th overall pick in 2018 from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 33 yards that time.
Well, it's one thing to complete the first pass of the year, but to complete your first deep ball, oh, that's got to feel great for him right now because he's worked on that in the entire offseason as well. But to see it downfield, your guy catching it, you know he feels great.
Uncork the arm a little bit, get the cobwebs dusted off. Now he's ready to roll. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Allen. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing now is Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Davis.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Allen from the gun on third down. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
They'll run with Cook. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
James Cook.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Beats are on the board here first in the season opener. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt? Turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
The Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive.
And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
Ooh, with a juke. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the 1st down sticks are, and get there.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Now Zampi will go to the air.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, Hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Cook up the gut.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
11 yards there. First down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Allen. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. And now they'll throw with Allen. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
To throw again on second down. Allen. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dawson Knox. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Beats are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 14-0. That time a 6-play drive.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
On second down, a run with Dobbins.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Zappe from the gun.
And he'll just get rid of it. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
New England's offense set to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Allen to throw it. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
First grab so far for Diggs. It's a 1st down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. This is Cordero Patterson. Remember, he won a ring with the Pats. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Again, it's Cook. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give them 32 on the play.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now Allen. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Back to the ground, Cook. A nice little juke. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Play action. Now it's Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. So no gain on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And he'll try and throw here on the fake.
Got it inside the 10. Still not a first yet.
The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise.
And the Beats are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 21-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. There he goes left side. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Marcus Jones, a return man. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field.
He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. What if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone?
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so because the run has been very effective for them.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Zappi back to throw.
Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And he's got some space here.
And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
From the shotgun, Zappe.
Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
It's now 4th down.
44-yard punt, return of 9.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Rodgers' numbers would be larger. But remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy. And back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
And they will bottle him up behind the line. And now will they use a timeout? Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
And taken right on the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. On 1st down, here's Zappe. He's going to look downfield for Henry.
And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin with an AFC South matchup in Indianapolis as Houston is in town. And it's the Colts who have the lead in that one. Sam Ehlinger throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. The Rams looking to get off to a hot start, and a road win would help them do just that. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half, and it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot, and they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And he returns this to the 22. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack and make sure you take care of the ball.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Dobbins trying the left side. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A 2-yard pickup.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 there on 4th and inches. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 33 yards. And the Patriots are able to cut into that deficit. This opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Allen now looks to throw. Being chased out left.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
On play action, Allen.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir.
And he will take it in for the touchdown.
Khalil Shakir.
62 yards as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump, and he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Zappe to throw on 1st down.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Looking to throw, Zappe.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
Up the middle, it's Cook.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
To throw, it's Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st down, Allen. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Allen off the play fake. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Pats are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
So the Patriots coming out now.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
He was brought down at the 26. A 2-yard pickup.
On 3rd and 1, here's Zappe.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have a Patriots first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Zappe looking to throw it on 1st down.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
And Zappe to throw.
Complete, it's Henry.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Zappe now on 1st and 10. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Foxborough. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Zappe looking to throw it again.
He hits his target, Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
Zappe looks to throw it.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Now Zappe.
Caught on the slant. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Patriots get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Lutz with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Here's Cook again.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there, first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. On 2nd down, Cook. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
52 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Cook up the gut. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. 3rd down. Here's a run by Cook.
And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. 1st and 10, Zappe.
Henry's got it out on the left side.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Zappe. He's going to get this complete here to Lockett.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Tyler Lockett, 42 yards.
And the Pats have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hans team able to secure the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try the middle with Cook. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They run it again with Cook.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A give. This is Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still third down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. Cook following the penalty. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.